Joe Biden is struggling badly, folks. Aside from struggling to walk and the struggle to talk in coherent sentences, Biden is struggling in the polls, and Biden is now even struggling with his home field advantage media places like CNN. That sit-down that he had with Aaron Burnett the other night, Biden lied, and lied again. That interview prompted the New York Post to write an article today saying Biden lied once per minute during the interview. So we decided to rate Joe's 15 lies from that 17-minute interview, and we're going to use a scale from Joe-nocchios, from 1 to 3 Joe-nocchios, depending on the level of ridiculousness of the lie. We pulled some of the biggest lies, again, from a single interview. First up, this one. This was the biggest lie of the interview. Watch.
No president's had the run we've had in terms of creating jobs and bringing down inflation. It was 9% when I came to office. 9%.
Can you believe he said that? Yes, 3 Joe-nocchios for that 1 to 3. Actual inflation, folks, was 1.4% in January of 2021, the month that Joe was sworn in. 1.4%. I looked it up. It peaked another year and a half later in the middle of June of 2022 at 9%. Joe thinks he was handed 9% inflation. Boom, he's gone. Lie. Next, Joe almost broke the Joe-nocchio meter with this one.
The fact is that if you take a look at what the people have, they have the money to spend. It angers them and angers me that you have to spend more.
Okay, so that one is a whopper. That one deserves 3 Joe-nocchios because he just said people, Americans, have the money to spend. We're just mad that we have to spend a little bit more for stuff. No, we're suffering. Inflation's ripping. 60% of the country could not cover a $500 flat tire on its unexpected expense like a flat tire. 60% of the country. That's not me. That's CNBC who put out that data. So no, Joe, they don't have the money, Joe. They're just mad because bread costs $10 a loaf now. Joe, 3 Joe-nocchios for that. Then Joe said this.
The whole idea of this notion that Senator Casey talked about, shrinkflation. I think it's on your program.
Same price for a smaller bottle of juice or something.
For example, Snickers bar, they did a thing, and it's like 20% less for the same price. That's corporate greed. That's corporate greed, and we've got to deal with it.
Now, I'm only giving him 1 Joe-nocchio for this, and here's why. Joe's right, corporations are greedy, but that's called capitalism. The reason they're doing shrinkflation is because of your policy, Joe. You ripped inflation through the roof, and they couldn't afford to keep up. So rather than sticking it to the consumer, charging them more for a Big Mac or an iPhone or a loaf of bread or eggs, they have to shrink this package size. They have to shrink what's inside the package. It's also right that corporations are greedy, but again, that's capitalism. That's in their charter, but it's all because of you. All right, how about this whopper, finally?
The polling data has been wrong all along.
Well, it really hasn't, Joe. All of the polls, all 3 Joe-nocchios, all of the polls, and get this, they're all consistent. They're all consistent. Even if you go to Real Clear Politics, they take an average of all the polls, and they're all consistent. Trump, he's winning head-to-head. He's winning in battleground states. You can't blame it on the polls because they're all saying the same thing, Joe. You're losing 3 Joe-nocchios. It's sad, folks, isn't it, that we had 11 more lies in that one short interview that we couldn't get to. We didn't have time. Sad, moreover, that we're talking about our own U.S. president who is so lost, he either can't remember stuff or just feels it's A-okay to just upchuck a lie when he's got nowhere to go with a question. And by the way, shame on you, Aaron Burnett, for not pushing back when these lies spilled out onto your lap. I know what you did there. I know what you did. You thought simply framing the questions in a bit of a tough way would shield you from scrutiny. Not here, my friend. I know you a long time, Burnett. You don't get a pass allowing Joe Biden. I hate when I mix those two of them up. Allowing Biden to lie to your face and to us. You simply nod your head. Lamestream journalism, Aaron, and CNN. You all earned yourself 5 Joe-nocchios for that performance.